What's up, all you stars and studs? It's the 10th wonder of the world, Jake Smith. Now I know you're like, what the hell? Where's Joey? If you're watching this, if you're listening, you haven't gotten to that part yet. So, Joey is unavailable this week. We miss him. We love him. We're all sending him positivity, but we have a very special guest back by popular demand and me harassing them via text message. It is Mike Patterson-Pack. Mike, welcome back to the pod.
Hello. Wow, popular demand. That's so sweet. Thank you to all my fan. I'm so happy to be back. This is going to be so much fun. Thanks for having
I'm so
me.
glad you're back. Oh my God, wait, I just remembered I had like a funny way of introducing. All right, so I already know him as Daddy, but soon everyone else will. Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you
having a kid soon, which I was also really touched that I was able to be on for this episode, since there's so much positive representation of pregnancy, the miracle of life, the joy of life. Kane and Lita really just I felt seen for the first time.
Now, I remember you mentioning to me you knew you wanted to be a dad when you saw Lita carrying. So...
yes. Well, I mean, because I am a Lita stan, and by everything she does, I'm like, yeah, no, she's correct. And
can you just like tell her that next time you see her? Be like,
I will. Yes.
I was inspired.
Yeah. I was like, by the way, your pregnancy angle with Kane. Actually, well, the irony, I mean, we'll get into it, and I think I've said this, I've definitely told you this before, but like this specific storyline is what made me stop watching wrestling, because I was such a Lita stan, and I was like, I hate watching her do this every single week. Like, I was like, I hated it. And then what are the odds? You're like, hey, can you fill in? Sure. And you're like, and here's something you've never seen before. You purposefully stopped watching. I was like, great, cool.
Here's some trauma.
Yeah. Here's what you missed on Glee, Mike.
No, yeah, it is. I mean, it's so funny too, though, because it's pretty much been like erased from history now. Like, if you watch like Trish and Lita's like rivalry story, they're like, and they just didn't like each other. Yeah. Like
nothing really happened.
Nothing happened. But we're here to remind everyone of this. So
including me.
Including Mike. So all right, well, let's get into it, guys. We are starting off with Lita. We're talking, guys. This is the Golden Era podcast, by the way. Where every week, this week it's Mike, but usually Joey and I recap the WWE Women's Division from 2001 on. This week it's September 6th, 2004. That week, and Lita is in the back with Jan.
Icon,
love Jan. Love when Jan gets to talk, and Lita is complimenting her hair. Yeah, thanks. I put some red in it. Thanks.
Yeah. She wants more red. I don't want to mess up your flow, but Jan being at the top was really fun, because I used to work on Total Divas, and I always think of this scene where she's with Kathy and Nikki and Brie, and they're all doing their hair, and it's WrestleMania weekend, and like Kathy can't find her slippers. And she's like, she walks in, she's like, I can't seem to find my slippers. And then Jan, off the cuff, just real quick goes, I can't seem to find that male model in my room last night. And like, it was just like one of the funniest moments, and it stayed in. It was just like, thank you, Jan, for like just being on. So, and then seeing her with Lita, I was like, full circle. The Bellas are your girls, Lita's mine. Oh
my God,
Jan.
we love it.
Yeah,
Jan is just everybody's girl.
Jan's everybody's girl,
and I can't believe Jan was there. I wonder if she's still there.
Well, I don't know if she's still. I wouldn't know if she's still there.
No,
but
I was shocked she was still there. Like Total Divas.
Oh
time.
yeah. No, I was like, whoa, she was working for them in 2004. Wow, and that was 2015. That episode, it was Mania 31, and so I was like, well, okay, wow, great.
I need to do a refresher. I hope she's still there in some capacity.
Yeah. Hi, Jan, if you're watching, listening.
Jan stands.
We love you.
So Lita walks away from Jan, and she turns around and runs into Trish. Now, Mike, please describe Trish's outfit for our listeners at home.
Okay, well, you posted about this, and I immediately was just like, in a cropped version of what she's wearing, like I was like, man, she is serving lesbian softball coach. Like she's got this Stratisfaction hat on, which I get. I understand. She's, you know,
she's got a brand.
Displaying
She
the
loves
merch,
to promote.
you know, spreading the wares. But like, it's 2004, so it's like a folded hat, which I can't. It might have been going out of style at the time when the brim's like that, but who knows? It's also WWE 2004. So like, but and then she's got a baseball tee, which I adore. I love a baseball tee with Stratisfaction on it. It's a cute shirt, but then she's like ripped it up in a way that like it's like she's distressed it, which was in style, but it's like when you, I don't know if you ever experienced this, Jake, but like when I wanted Abercrombie and Fitch jeans, but like couldn't really afford them. So like I was like, well, I'll cut up my own pair. Like how hard can it be?
I cut up a Kohl's pair or two in my day.
But it's hard, right? It's hard to make them look right. And that's what you're paying for ultimately. And then it's like I got what she was going for, but I was like, what cutouts? And like looked like she gave up. Like it was
it was like
but like I mean I say all this with love because like I like what Lita wears this episode is not great. So I have to just politely point out that I don't love Trish's outfits, but like could be worse.
Lita is the word I can only think of for Lita is a frock. Of what it is. Thank you for coming on this show because I for weeks now I've been saying Lita's maternity wears weren't great, and Joey is like, love it. Like last week she wore this like spirally thing that I can only like hairdresser would wear or something. I was like, this is terrible. And like Joey's like, I like it, and I'm like, no, stop.
Yeah, so like you know me, I love Madonna and I love Lita, but that does not mean I'm blind to their wrongs. They are always right, but like they could be a little
there's a few flubs in there, and you know as we can all recognize like anyone, but this ain't it. No. So I'm guessing they're trying to like make her look as pregnant as possible.
Well, and so like I told you, I didn't watch this time. So later on when we get to the promo package for Unforgiven, I screamed when I saw her moving render of her in a maternity shirt looking sad, and like I immediately thought of those like weird video game mobile video game things where it's like help her, and like you know the pregnant woman's like she's like caressing her belly in sadness as like there's two gay men in the background, which were going to be our announcement for our surrogacy photo. She was on board for it, but I was like, you know what, this gets into the wrong hands, and like it'll be funny to us, but anyway, but like there's Lita animated render sad pregnancy. I lost it. I was like, no, they did not. They made her do that, and I was just like, God, she really like deserves her flowers.
She really does. I forgot she had a pregnancy render until it popped up, and I was like, what?
But like this? Also iconic. Does any other diva have a pregnancy render? Like maybe I don't think so. No, I don't know. I
need the file of it for like a baby on a pole match. Like so. Oh my god.
Okay.
So she's there. And Trish is just there to be a bitch, and Lita's like, "Can I help you?" Yeah. And like she's like,
a good impression.
Thank you. I've been working on my Lita. Like, get so defensive every time I say, "What is it? What?" So Trish just like she wants to compliment Lita. You know, she's like she thought it was brilliant how Lita inserted Shawn Michaels' name into Kane's contract for Unforgiven. She just hates that, you know, it's too bad that she let Kane insert himself into you. And Lita's like, you know, after I have my baby, I swear to God, Trish. What? What are you gonna do? Ooh. What are you gonna do? Mama.
Yeah. What a time. What a time for television, for Hall of Famers, for lesbian softball coaches, for women working in a violent backstage area while pregnant. Like Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is wild. And that, like, like Trish Stratus like getting on her about breastfeeding and like little jagged teeth on her nipples. And Lita's just like, keep it coming, Trish.
Yeah.
Keep it coming. Just walks away with her frock. And Nydia is standing behind her. And who's another one who has been kind of struggling in the gear department lately? So this week she found some silver fabric and she's like, I'm gonna wear silver.
That's it.
That's it. It's not the worst one she's had lately, though. She's had some bad ones that you've missed out on.
So, I mean, you know how much I love Nydia. And like, I think the last time I was on, she was still with Jamie Noble, and like, she maybe just got blinded, and like, icon, legend. And I never saw what they did with her on Raw, and I was like, oh, this is what they did with her on Raw. Oh my God.
Yeah, they realized Nydia is Hispanic. So.
Right. They're like, what else does she got? Oh, she can speak Spanish.
They're like, let's have her speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Nydia, she's like, what do you want? Oh no, Trish is like, speaking of ugly babies, when she turns around. And Nydia just like cuts this promo in Spanish. And Trish's like, I'm sorry, I don't speak German.
Which I thought that got a laugh out of me. I was like,
that was good. That was good.
Fun. Yeah.
So Nydia throws her fruit punch.
Yeah. Kool-Aid, her like her red wine. I don't know.
The catering special.
Yeah.
So she's making the most of this TV time. She's like, they let me in the building this week. You're getting this in the face.
She's like, little do I know it, but I've got 2 months on this contract left, so I'm gonna make it count.
And my favorite part is that it's like a little mouthwash cup of like liquid, but like Trish comes out like she got like attacked by the Brood later.
Yes, and she wrestles in it, and which I was like, oh, like what is that? Yeah,
Trish comes out so soggy, covered in this fruit punch. Her little, and you really see those tears in the shirt, and it really is giving half-ass. I gave up. I started with the concept. It didn't work out, but this is what I'm wearing.
Yeah. Do you think she was like? They were like, okay, we're gonna throw fruit punch on you. We're gonna throw whatever. Maybe. Something we need something white to stain, and she like didn't want to stain a good one, so she was like, well, here's this crap. I don't know. You know, like
it was a
I want the background info.
It was a Jan mess up. So
no, Jan is perfect.
Jan. I'm sorry.
That's getting my hair red.
That's actually, there was already some red on it from Jen's hair dye. So she's like, okay. She's like, there's already some stains. We'll play it up more.
Long-term storytelling.
And Nydia is out next to her little silver outfit and gets right in Trish's face. Yeah, I mean,
the match is fine. I'm like, I was like, it wasn't giving really anything like that to write home about.
No,
I think Nydia is a really good example of a character, and when her character is lost, like she's lost, and I didn't really understand, because then like I was like, I was confused how this was building to a match with Victoria. I know that like they're planting seeds, obviously, for Lita and Trish eventually again. So like that made that I didn't question at all. But then I was like, oh, she's having a match with Victoria at Unforgiven. Victoria, who's a face, and I didn't understand this at all. Other than like one would think it's like, well, we're gonna build Nydia up, but then they get rid of her.
Obviously, it would have made sense to me if they had like maybe Victoria come out and help Nydia, or like Trish attack Nydia after and Victoria come out. But like it was just really random, because also with Nydia too, like they did this little thing where she won a contract for a title match. Trish beat her real quick. Okay. They could have like done some more to build that on. It's just kind of disappointing though too, because the crowd's actually giving Nydia somewhat of a reaction.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. Like, because I think they know, the fans know when like somebody's hitting, and like they watched her on SmackDown, even if they're like a Raw crowd, right? Like it's like they know who she is.
SmackDown fans watch SmackDown.
God, can you imagine? It's like, well, some wrestling fans are like that. We so it's like but it's like they want to root for her, and then it's just like they're not giving her anything to do. Which is too bad.
It's just. The thing with Nydia's matches too, though, is, and it's not a knock on her at all. I love the character of Nydia, but like it always gives me like, oh, cute, she wants to wrestle. And like I feel like I don't know if like maybe it's just because I know her from this originally, but like I feel like she's like perpetually in Tough Enough class. And like just like time for a suplex. Like and like
right.
Just it gave a lot of that for me in this match too.
Yes. Well, the ending was confusing too, and I couldn't figure out what happened exactly.
Wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, well, which is also the first of 3 Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunctions that we have on this episode. Yeah, so she has a wardrobe malfunction during the match, which lets Trish hit her with a chick kick, and she picks up the win, and we all just move on.
And that's that. I mean, it would have been nice to like have like a little build with some Victoria stuff if they kept talking about it, but you know, if anything, I'm happy Nydia got like a little one-on-one match on Raw. Good for her. And it's just confusing though too, because like it's like, okay, we're gonna give her a little character development with this fruit punch. And that's it.
Like maybe I love how we're like pitching how to fix Nydia from 2004 on Raw. But it's like maybe she like sneaks out of the ring and then throws fruit punch on her again and pins her, and then you build up like, well, I pinned the women's champion before Victoria did. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just
Vince, come on, dude.
Let's get it together. So, but whatever. Soggy Trish wins.
Soggy flickered Trish Stratus.
Yes. It's about her lying on the floor. Oh my god. So now in the back, Lita and Kane are in the back, and Kane is like, you know, Lita, you're responsible for what happens to Shawn Michaels at Unforgiven. And he wants her to come down to the ring for his match tonight. Great.
I just wrote, I hate this for my queen. Like, I just like, I feel so bad for her. I mean, like, I know she talked really fondly about working with Kane in her Hall of Fame speech, but I was also just like, girl, you're free. Like, you don't have to do that. Like,
you don't have to do this.
Yeah, I was just, I felt.
But if, like, in the middle of the storyline, she was just like, I quit.
Yeah, I mean, I would have.
I would have too. Like, oh my god, so great. Or at least like capitalize maternity wear, like WWE shops.
Yeah, I was like, are these hot? Is this Hot Topic? Maternity wear? Is this like, you know, Torrid? Because like Torrid was not a read. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just like, the fact that she's like, Lita has a style, and like that's not a maternity style. But then it's like, why make her pregnant in the first place? Why are we doing this to Lita?
Right.
Like, stop. You're making her number one fan. Stop watching. So
it's so, I don't know. So anyway, so Stacy Keibler is out in the ring for the Diva Search segment. I'm so glad they transitioned to her being the host instead of Coach.
That's a great transition.
Yeah, his coach was the host for a while, and then they moved to her. She's like, guys, just want to show you what they're competing for. This briefcase of money. So she's like, wow, it's a lot.
Yeah. This segment was great. I'm so happy.
So funny. I love the Diva Search shit. So she brings out the girls in evening gowns. I actually love Joy's see-through dress.
Okay, so this is Joy. Joy eventually signs, right?
Joy. All 4 of these girls get signed.
Oh, they all do.
Yeah, Carmella very briefly. Okay. She like stays for a month, and she's like, I hate it here.
Did she wrestle under Carmella?
She wrestled at a pay-per-view against Christy.
Okay, so there are 2 Carmellas.
There's 2 Carmellas in the history. So Joy got signed to SmackDown for a little bit and has like a love angle with Big Show. Okay, but she is more known for is walking in on Kurt Angle, or Kurt Angle walking in on her in the shower and like rubbing his nipples.
Good for her.
Well. And Amy Weber was like JBL's like PR consultant or something. She had a weird thing. Yeah. So anyway, but they all get hired. So Christy's got a purple dress on, and I kind of remember this look. I don't know where, like maybe she wore in her Playboy. I don't know. So Stacy's like, all right, girls. Okay, so everyone like line up. It doesn't matter how you line up. Just stand.
This segment was such a mess. It was like it felt like they added it last minute. Nobody knew where to stand. Nobody knew where the camera was. And I get like they were still learning how to be on TV, but it was just like they didn't even do a soft run through, like a real quick rehearsal.
No.
Stacy's like fumbling some things, which I also thought was really charming and cute. But like I was like, nobody knows what's going on.
No one has any clue. They're so lost. I guarantee you they were just like, come out in evening gowns and we'll figure it out.
Well, and like, what is Stacy wearing? Stacy looks like she's a teenage girl at the mall, like of 2004. And then it's like, it's such a weird visual juxtaposition because like Stacy is a diva. She is like the diva, and she looks like they picked her up from the mall. And then out come these wannabe divas, these potentials, I should say.
Yeah.
And they're dressed in evening gowns, and I'm like, wait, who's the one?
What's going on here?
Yeah. Like
Stacey's style. The week before this, she wore like a black, like it was like looked like a bikini cover up or something with like a big beaded black pearl necklace and like a white. I was just like every week. My favorite is when Stacey like ventures out into the hat world, like, and she wears like a sideways newsboy hat or like a fedora. Stacey loves a hat. She thinks she looks so good, and that I love it. So such a mess. So she's like, all right, girls, so you guys are gonna have an arm wrestling contest, and the losers will have some Texas chili thrown on them.
This was, God. I mean, the word of the week is weird, because this is it's just so weird that like they have to have food.
Yeah, I am not of the genre of being sexually aroused by food and people. This is just not for me. Not knocking anyone.
No kink shaming.
No kink shaming. If it is your thing, amazing, great, and tell me where I can mark it.
Good for you. Yeah.
But
would like to mute.
But I am not being aroused by the chili. No.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have them, and like Stacey like wants them to get like heated. Okay, last week, Christy told Amy she looked like a fish.
Yeah. So that's the thing. She's talking to the crowd. The camera's focused on the ref telling the contestants to like how to do the arm wrestling.
Yeah.
They're talking over her, like, and everybody's just like all over the place. Like, if I was in the audience, I'd be like, what's going on? And I was at home and I was like, what's going on? Yeah. Why is there chili? Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Like, what is this? So Christy wins, and Stacey's like, the winner is Amy. Oh, yeah. Like, she doesn't know who the fuck these people are.
She does not care. She was in catering. She was like, I had the night off. Like,
she's like, some bitch drank all the fruit punch in catering. What the fuck? So Carmella and Joy, which has been like the rivalry of the Diva Search. Like a few weeks ago, they had to say who they wanted to vote off, and Joy's like, she's a bitch, and Carmella's like, Joy's a mom, so she needs to go. So
I did pick that up. Yes.
So they don't like each other. Like Joy's the one who kind of instigated the Diva stuff and got the ball rolling. So you like, this is gonna be, they want to kill each other, but it's just Carmella going and beating her so quick. I was so disappointed.
Which then I was like, was this a shoot? Were they just like
setting it up? I don't.
Well, but like I don't like. Were they like whoever wins? Like actually, or like did they tell them? I don't know. Right?
It was very weird. So then Christy beats Carmella easily too. So she gets to put chili on all the girls. And it's like Joy like gets like whacked with it. Amy gets it on her titties.
And like a huge crowd pop. Like the horniest pop I've ever heard. And it's for chili going down her dress.
They're like,
and she's playing it up too, and I feel bad for her. And I'm just like, what is...
See, I think Amy was it, because Amy's been a little kinky in this competition. And like in the casting special, they were like, Amy, what would be your wrestling name? Sweet Cheeks, because Edge, anyone who messes with you, I'm gonna fart on their face. I was like,
not fart on their face.
I was like, shit, what? Like, I was so taken aback when I was watching that. And it's like, I remember most of this stuff, but I did not remember that. And I was like, what? Like, and like, she's a little kinky. And like, when they had to do the pie thing, she like licked the whole thing in like one gulp. And I'm like, so, yeah, I think Amy's got a little wild side. Like, so like when Randy Orton shit in her back, she was probably like,
She's like, my freak. Somebody match my
freak. Yeah. So, so then Carmella goes last, and she's like,
yeah,
so, no, she's not into it. Why is she there?
Yeah.
But then, which I thought was kind of fucked up, then they eliminate someone.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so then Amy goes home and she just waves and leaves.
Oh my God. I howled at just, she's like, Amy, and she's like, bye. Like, she got out of that ring so fast. She was like, I'm covered in fucking chili and I just got eliminated from the show.
Yeah, I'm not sticking around for this shit.
Goodbye. Like, oh my God, that made me laugh.
It was so funny. Then they have to dance in the chili.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, and then the sad, yeah. But the sad music as she leaves also was really funny because it was like
in your eyes.
Sad rock song as she's like in Chile, won't give the camera another thought. She's like, gotta go. Like,
like
so good.
If I were her and they offered me a contract, I'd be like, no. Like last time I was here, you threw chili on me and I had to leave.
Yeah, well, and
so like Creed or something. Like,
and then you said she's the one that Randy Orton poops.
Randy Orton shits in her bag, and that's why she left. So like this, I don't think this was a good situation for her. So probably a very dark time in her life. So
oh God.
So
well, now I feel bad.
I do too. I would love to be Amy. Actually, I feel like I'd vibe with her just because like I feel like she's kind of funny. Probably like she won me over rewatching this. Honestly, like because I was always like, why did they hire her? But when she said she'd fart on someone's face, I was like, okay, I get it. Like,
I mean, the comedic timing of that wave and turn really, like, that was some Office, Parks and Rec, like, the way they did it and zoomed in, and like, I was like, that was.
And I don't know if you know this, but Joy now has a new career too. You can find her at The Joyful Medium on Instagram. So I was like, I would love to get a medium reading.
Yeah. What city is she based in? And is there a Housewives
I think she's LA,
franchise?
Actually. So
we could get her on like Beverly Hills.
We're going. Yeah, we're going. Okay.
Real quick, before we leave Stacy Keibler though, so I was watching a John Waters movie recently called Pecker. And very blinking you miss it shot of young Stacy Keibler, probably a year before she's on Nitro, just as an extra in a John Waters movie, just like on a bus, and it's one shot of her, it's B-roll, and I just paused it. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, and I was like, is that Stacy Keibler? And my husband's like, what? Who's Stacy Keibler? And I'm like, like, but yeah.
Oh my God! Wait, there's a newspaper. She's reading a newspaper. Yeah. She just gives this guy a stop.
It's like it's a real short. It's a very short shot.
Yeah, she grabs her purse and leaves. Oh my God! Holy shit! Yes. I'm floored. Oh my God! I love.
And then a year later, she was on Nitro. So
Nitro girl.
Yeah.
Sky.
Anyway, thank you for your service, Stacy Keibler.
Thank you, Stacy. Thank you for the chili, everyone. All right, so Kane comes out dragging Lita, and the frock is frocking.
It's a poncho.
It's a poncho.
And like, as I said earlier, I didn't say Trish looked like a lesbian softball coach earlier.
No.
But like,
the gears this week. And Lita is also holding her stomach to be as pregnant as possible.
Sure.
Like,
how far along is she supposed to be at this point? Do we know?
So in June, so like 2 months.
Okay, all right.
Like I think the seeding was like in April.
Okay,
so maybe
is that what they called it, or is that your word?
That's my word for it.
Okay, all right.
Caden's like, you're carrying my seed.
Yeah,
like at their vows.
I guess the seeding coming from you, I'm okay with. But if WWE was like for the first time ever a seeding, like I would just be like, wow.
So Kane, like she grabs a steel chair when Lita grabs a steel chair when Kane tries to use it. and Brandy low blows Kane, and that's the end of that. So
yeah, I will say just a little peek behind the curtain for you viewers and listeners. Jake, the last time I was on, sent me a full men's match to watch with like whoever the valet was, and she didn't really do much, and then so then I was like, oh, Kane's fighting Randy Orton in orange trunks. I was like, but this was clipped. This was clipped to just Lita going, and then like chair,
like the shots
and I was
of like Lita.
Yeah, and then I'm like, but Randy's got the orange trunks on.
This
Jake
would have been the match to like let you show. I didn't know he wore them again. I only remember them from SummerSlam.
I didn't either until I was like, wait, he's wearing the orange trunks again.
There is like, so I'm in all these like wrestling ring gear collector groups in case like a pair of like China's panties turn up or something. Sure. I don't know. So there's like these orange trunks have turned up in this group so many times, and people are like, they're not the real ones, because if you see like the little like lines here, you'll see they're a little different. And everyone's like, no, I think they're the real ones because they're definitely them. And I was like, okay, as a gay, I can tell you these are correct. Like,
like I've done very thorough research on photos of Randy Orton's orange.
Many glistening photos of this man in this. So. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, so Kane, Orton, who cares?
Kane, Orton, fun. All right, let's go over to SmackDown. So Miss Jackie is out with Charlie Haas. He's found some turquoise fabric this week. And
I thought that rope flip she did in heels was I
love her entrance. I will say that. I think she's got a great. I hate her with Charlie Haas right now because the charisma, it just doesn't match for me.
Yeah.
I don't like, he's so boring, and I'm happy she's doing something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she doesn't really do much though in this match. I think like Orlando Jordan comes up there and she's like, like she like her lips lip. But yeah, so anyway, but that's about it. So Miss Jackie. Cool.
Miss Jackie. Thank you, Miss Jackie.
Thank you, Miss Jackie. But she does certainly more than Hiroko, who is out later in the show. Hiroko really frustrates me because I feel like she could have done some really fun stuff as a valet, but she literally does nothing every single week.
So I didn't know she existed until today. And I was like, so first thing I Googled her immediately, and I was like, is she actually Japanese? Was my very first, because I was like, knowing them, and she is, and
she is.
Great.
She's married to the guy.
She's married to the guy.
So that's what I think he just like wanted to travel with her. So they're like, to like make this expense worth it, we'll make her a character, which I get. And I appreciate actually.
Yeah.
I just wish she did something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say this, because I was surprised that the tag titles switched hands in this match.
Yeah.
And so she has now managed tag team champions. So I say put her in the Hall of Fame. Hiroko.
I'm into it. Hiroko for Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame 2025.
I also like that it's accompanied by Hiroko and Fifi. So that the dog gets a little shout out too. I think the storyline around now was like, did Kidman leave in this match? Yeah, I kind of remember it. Yeah, Kidman left because he injured like Chavo Guerrero for real in a match or something doing the shooting star press. So like his thing was like he's dangerous,
right?
And now he's a bad guy.
So cute. I forgot how attracted I was to Billy
short
Kidman.
Hair Billy Kidman.
Short-haired Billy Kidman. Exactly.
He did it for me. I loved short hair Billy Kidman.
The second he cut off that hair, I was like, yes. There it is.
I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I always like wondered where he saw in this, but now I get it. Like,
So
anyway.
Just that like real brief clip of him in these clips you sent today. I was like, oof. Tori and him dated IRL.
They were married.
They were married. Okay.
Yeah. So they were married for like 3 or 4 years. And when she took a little hiatus in 2005, they just got a divorce. So she requested some time off. So like when she wasn't in like the battle royal for the title and stuff like that, like that's why. So
she just need a little space to call her own.
Just need a little space to call my home. I just like my favorite part is just will always be just like the Titantron, like with music and her just like bending over, like her like showing her whole. Like I'm like,
Not her hole.
Like, you have to go to Pornhub to watch her Titan run. I'm dead serious. Like,
yeah, it's all just blurred out on the like, on Peacock. Yeah.
That's why they switched to just like the names on the screen.
Right.
So I miss the slut Titantrons though.
Same.
Anyway, okay, all right. Well, that's everything on SmackDown, but we have a pay-per-view this week.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven, and it is wait, shit, what was the song for this one? Hold on. I like to do the recap what those were. I forgot to write that down. Unforgiven. I want to say this is Saliva, maybe.
Okay. Saliva.
It is Survival of the Sickest by Saliva.
How does that one go? Can you sing that, or will you get sued?
I'm the hand up Mona Lisa's dress. Wow!
That one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
That one. I have to go back to like my like guys, I'm straight. Let's listen to my CDs.
God, WWE really has ruined our brains because like there are certain new metal early 2000 songs that come on that I'm just like, oh yes, and my husband's like,
what's wrong with you?
What are you doing? And I'm like, you wouldn't understand, Dad.
No, for like honestly, like so many shit songs are like played so much on my fucking phone because like, ooh yeah, I was like, love Limp Bizkit.
that one where it's like, I love you, I hate
always
you.
By Saliva.
Saliva had a contract. They got in on that.
They must have, like, for real. Like, I remember Stacey introduced them like when they performed it live at the now defunct restaurant.
WWF New York.
For like she's like, and now here to perform the Survivor Series theme song. So always Saliva.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that was the Invasion Survivor Series.
That was
right?
the one after that. The one with Trish and Victoria. Yeah. The one before was Control by Puddle of Mud.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, great times, great music. To be honest, though,
music.
I can't even tell you what the theme songs are now. Like, I honestly don't know.
It's
like,
usually The Weeknd. I feel like they're just going down that album. I'm like, it's still the same album where he's got an old
for like
face.
the last 5 WrestleManias.
Yeah,
correct?
No,
yeah.
Like, well, the last good one they had was Up with Cardi B at
I did
SummerSlam.
Like
we were.
that was when we were at. Yeah,
that
I did like that.
Sasha was not at. Yeah.
So I did like SummerSlam for a while though because that was like the one time of year I feel like we might get something somewhat relevant. Yes. Like I loved what my favorites were like when they had the Cataluna song.
They had a Cataluna song. Wow. Okay, you have to tell me this for sure because I looked it up. I wasn't watching yet, but WrestleMania 30 apparently Madonna's "Girl Gone Wild."
WrestleMania 28.
Oh, 20. Okay.
So they had a whole video package for the Divas using Girl Gone Wild by Madonna. I will find it for you. But like they had like
a real one though. It wasn't
a real one. It was not a fan-made one. It was before the Divas match. It was not recapping the feud or anything like that. It was just more a promo about like how cool it is to be a diva. And it was like the Bellas being like, we travel the world. And like Layla, like, I love being a diva. Just like shots of them like on the beach and stuff like that. Like it was sick though, but it was that was probably the gayest song they've ever used, but it was amazing, and that's like one of my favorite songs by her too. So I was into it, and that should have been. I think that should have been the lead single for that album. That's just
agreed. Well,
so
get me started on that album.
But yes, they did do that. I will find that for you because you'll enjoy it.
Yes.
But yeah, I love whenever they use like music, like that. I remember the
Demi
Lovato song.
Well, I mean, we are forgetting Lil Mix for Evolution. I mean, that was
Lil Mix. That was gay. Yeah,
perfect. Like, yeah.
I think that was for the Rumble too. They used a different song.
No, they used they used Confident, and that was Demi Lovato. You're right. The Rumble had.
We got the power, and then Salute was Evolution.
Salute was up.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Salute.
Great so good. Okay. All right, guys. Well,
sorry.
Unfortunately, we're not getting that music. Probably if we were, I would probably, what is 2004? I would probably pick like maybe like Hillary Duff Bop for this. If I did, or Rumors by Lindsay Lohan. This was like fall 2004. Yeah.
But so I mean, I would go with Britney.
Britney.
Always.
What was her song at this song? Like Toxic? Was that no?
Oh no, that's 2003. Was she doing? She wasn't doing.
2004 was
Blackout
like
yet. This was.
That was Every Time was probably like her last single at this time.
Yeah, I mean, Toxic was out, but this is September, so it would have been 9
been
months.
a year old at that point. Yeah.
Oh well, was Greatest Hits out? God, listen to
My
us.
prerogative. It would have been my prerogative because Greatest Hits came out like a month around this time. It would have been my prerogative.
I know it's a cover, but that is
that's one of my favorite. One of my favorites too.
That would have been fierce. This Lita should have like. As soon as she got rid of that baby, like everybody's talking, like beating Trish up.
Tell me why. Oh my god. Diva MV makers, get on it. So,
if you're hearing this.
All right. Okay. So Trish is in the back with Christian. I like her little outfit. It's like kind of a play on her Bad Blood outfit, but it's got purple instead of the black accents.
Yes.
Cute. And they're arguing over, for God knows what reason, who gets Tyson Tomko to come out with them. No one.
Nobody
needs him home. He's useless.
I always thought his tattoos were fake.
They're
they look
stupid.
Well, they just look like create a wrestler, like random, and it's like, I'm like, oh.
They're very cringe, and
not good.
So the beer, I just don't like it. And Christian's he's like, well, I brought him in to be my problem solver, so he's gonna come out with me. And Trish is like, well, like, what if I get jumped from behind? He's like, well, I think you've been jumped from behind before. Gross. Trish's like, what is that supposed to mean? She's like, well, listen, Tomko, if you come out with me one last time for my match, I'll. And Tomko's like, good luck.
I like to think she whispered, I'll use rubbing alcohol on those tattoos. He was like, I will be free. I will be free.
I'm free.
They're so ugly.
He's like, yes. I wonder if he regrets. I hope so.
I mean, that goatee, that whole look. There's a lot of people looking back on
such a choice
with not fun memories.
Tyson Tom, no. And Christian's like, she is a slut,
which really like threw me because it's been so long. Like I think we've really been in like the evolution bubble of everything that I was like, whoa, he didn't even insinuate it. He was just like, what a fucking slut. Like, and I was like, wow. Okay.
It is such a different time.
Yeah.
Like this era. So So Victoria is out for her title match. And I actually really have not liked a lot of her gears lately, but I like this nude look.
Yeah. Oh, it's cute. I did want to say, so the second Janet Jackson reference was in that hallway scene because there's a picture of Janet behind Trish on that wall. And then we cut to Victoria doing her little dance on the entrance ramp, and she pulls her, she does the tearaway, and King's like, oh, wardrobe malfunction, and I was like, wow, that is 3 Janet Jackson, like
3 of them.
There
we go.
Had to point it out. Love Janet.
We love it. I also love that King is like wardrobe malfunction. She's been doing this shit for like 5 months at this point. Like,
yeah. Well,
although this smock situation though, I don't love. But or the dancing, but I like this outfit. And Trish is out next with Tomko. I enjoyed this match.
I thought this match was great. I didn't know what to expect with heel Trish and face Victoria because this was the first time I'd ever seen that. But like, they're so good in the ring that like, it's like it works regardless.
Oh yeah.
But then I was like, oh, it would have been fun to see like heel Trish, heel Victoria be a tag team too, because like I bet they could have been just like really wicked together.
Yeah,
like,
I think we got them tagging together like once as faces.
Oh, as faces though.
Right before Trish turned before WrestleMania or something like that. They were tag team partners once. But not as heels though. They would have been so fun. So
wouldn't that have been
heels.
Fun?
It would have been so good. But
yeah.
This match in itself, though, was really good. I enjoyed even like the little mat wrestling at the beginning, kind of showing a lot of that. And then like I feel like every time I Google this match, I always see that shot of like Victoria pressing Trish over her head. I feel like I've seen that picture so many times.
Yeah.
So I was like very interested to see how that played off. So and it was fine. It was actually very impressive because Victoria is strong, but we never really see her press any of the girls like that. But yeah, I did appreciate too, because Victoria is like a very vocal person. I did love like when Trish like slammed her arm at ringside. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, she did it twice. That made me laugh too. Yeah. I was like, oh, I thought she got legit injured the first time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what she's going to tonight. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I mean, but the match was fun though too, and it kind of ends when like a little chaos goes down. Tomko chases Victoria around the ring after she does like a high cross body onto him,
which he no sells, and which I got mad at, but then I was like, you know what though, that makes sense. Oh, and the other thing about this match though I thought was great was like, it was fun to see heel Trish have that bodyguard that like could kind of manhandle. And I was like, I already started fantasy booking like, if that's what Mercedes and Camille are gonna be like.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping that's how they do that. It'll just be so fun. Like with her as a shit-eating heel. Anyway,
I like no. And I think that'll be like really fun to like bring that aspect into it. I hope they do.
Yeah.
So, and it was nice to see too that Trish win because like with a satisfaction as opposed to a check kick.
Yes.
Because like lately she's just been doing that. And I feel like a satisfaction is such like a babyface move. So like it was nice to see her bring that back though for this match. I do like that move. Yes, and Victoria sells it, I think, the best out of anyone because she can get the height.
Right.
She like is strong enough to pick her up for it. So like
I was gonna say like that, it's probably because Victoria can actually get
do
her
it.
And make it look really good. So
besides her, like the only other ones who like really I can think of that do it really well. Like I think Molly does a great job with it. And honestly, that's probably Jazz does an okay job with it too. But that's about it. But so anyway, so Trish wins, and then they're gonna go beat up Victoria and the annoying mystery woman who has been coming out. So have you ever heard of this storyline before?
No, I have not. But I'm gonna assume. Okay, here. Do you want me to guess who it was?
Yes.
Because I didn't look it up, and I was gonna ask you. All right. So I'm assuming it's Stevie Richards. But then I was like, why is he kind of giving Sami Zayn with that red wig and like just like the posture? And I say that with love. I'm a huge Sami Zayniac. Like, do not come for me. Day one. But like, I was like, who is that masked man? As a woman, but who was it?
It was Stevie Richards.
Okay.
And this was I didn't include it in here because no. But this was actually like the end of this storyline. So for like 3 or 4 months now. Stevie's been coming out dressed as this mystery woman and like just helping Victoria win matches and saving her because like I guess like they had their couple break up when Victoria went face, but they didn't do it on screen, so it was kind of like they just like stopped appearing together. So like I know. So like now all of a sudden like Stevie Richards is just coming out in her matches, but every week she's like, who is that? Like I'm like, bitch, stop it. Like, and so he's just like doing this every week and it's so annoying and so weird. But this was the payoff where like Tomko like rips off the dress and wig and stuff and it's Steve Richards and then Tomko has to have a match with him and it's the end of that.
I feel like the audience should get to vote on that.
No,
it's
I don't need
do you
to
want to watch
see
this?
that.
Like, no.
So...
Thank you. We are good. Thank you so much. We'll go sit in traffic. Thank you.
So that was terrible. All right. Well, Todd Grisham is in the back outside of Kane's locker room, and Lita comes out. And so she's actually wearing the same top she wore to SummerSlam. Limited maternity options.
She's like, these are the only things I like, so we are rotating them until this storyline is over.
Shit that Jan picked out. So, so. She's like, I have something I want to say. I hope that Shawn Michaels beats the living hell out of my husband. I hope Kane goes straight to the hospital. And Lita's like ranting, and then Kane comes out and grabs Lita like by the neck when she tries to run. He's like, isn't my wife so supportive? And he like asks for a kiss for good luck and forces himself on Lita.
Yeah. Just
that.
And then that pencil neck geek just stands there. What's his name? Chase who?
Todd Grisham. Todd Grisham. Who cares?
Well,
irrelevant.
Anyway, I'm gonna irrelevant. Did
Lita.
nothing while Lita is in peril. Which is, I think that's like the biggest problem I have with this storyline is like Lita, just because she's pregnant, it's just like it's so. Women
Even
can do
with this match, like I'm like, why is like Shawn Michaels not like, here, let me get you to like a women's crisis center, right? Like what a Christian,
because he's like Jesus Shawn Michaels at this point, right? Like
he literally had a shirt that was the Jesus fish that said HBK on it. Like
right, and then this is like I'm assuming this is before he wrestles the Undertaker and comes out as Jesus.
Yeah, this is before that. Yeah, this is like but he is Christ-like at this time. So because like during his entrance, he would like go like
right,
I'm like so anyway, so pregnant Lita match graphic, we love it.
Just wow, just.
So we get a video package that is not at all about Shawn Michaels and Kane, but
it's a lot about Matt Hardy.
I was like okay, I was like
I was like again, so like much like I was like, oh, Trish is wrestling Victoria, okay, and then I was like, why is I was like, because probably like HBK's been trying to help Lita this whole time. Nope. I
think what happened is like Kane took out Shawn Michaels after WrestleMania or Backlash or something.
Right.
And he's coming back. So yeah, whatever.
But like it's like SummerSlam just happened and they bring Shawn Michaels back for Unforgiven. Yeah. Which I was like, what? Like that doesn't. It
was like bring him back for the bigger show. Like what are you doing?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
It was weird. I do wonder though. I actually wonder if he was ready to go, or they brought him back earlier, if he would have had Randy Orton's spot.
Oh,
because like they never really did Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit one-on-one. So
well, then what if we had gotten those Randy trunks in this sad Kane match for the first time? Then,
yeah,
you know,
and no, thank you. All right. Yeah. Anyway. So, Lita is out with Kane and Child, and she is just like, it's really a lot of like Kane just like coming out of the ring and like talking, and she's like, "Stay away, Kane."
Yeah. Definitely worthy to bring Shawn Michaels out of retirement or wherever he's at in his life at this point.
My favorite part though of this is like when Lita's like trying to like cheer Shawn Michaels on, she's just like, "Hey, you!"
Honestly, same. I also hate Kane with a big like hatred for Kane. It probably started here with Lita.
I'm gonna go with yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, fuck you, Kane.
Kane sucks.
Whatever HBK, but fuck
yeah,
you,
whatever.
Kane. Yeah.
Whatever. So the end of the match is like very reminiscent of Monday. Kane goes to get a chair. Lita pulls it out of the ring. He's like, no. And Kane is freaking out. And Shawn Michaels gets up and like does his little sweet chin music.
Yeah.
And Shawn Michaels wins, and Lita's like, yes. And you'd think Shawn Michaels is gonna like take her and be like, let's get you to safety, but he's just like, thanks.
Yeah.
Like, really, bitch?
The men in this company, the faces are just as bad as the heels. If like, I mean, HBK didn't call her a slut for getting pregnant out of wedlock. But,
no, like he was probably like, I'll pray for you.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
What's frustrating to me about this too is Lita and Kane like end up like on the same side. And they end up like as like she wears red and like tops with him because like she loses the baby and like she's like, now I'm with Kane.
Right. That I also remember reading about and hating. Yeah. I was like, awful. No, you get away from your abuser.
Yeah, this is sending the wrong message.
It's God. I would love like a off the record interview with her about like this. Like how much did you fucking hate this?
You know, I always wonder, like, has she said anything? Like, I really want to. I'm gonna ask.
I feel like nobody wants to talk about it. Like, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to wait in line to meet Lita and then be like, so Kane and your pregnancy storyline, and then she's like, didn't like it. Jeez, bye. Like, you know, like I got other things that I'm concerned about. But
it must be so awkward for her to like do appearances. I remember her saying some interview where like some little girl was like, I'm sorry about your baby, and like give her a blanket or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I was like, parents, step in.
And that fan was AJ Lee. Could you imagine if AJ bought it? She was like, "Oh, you're
how has no one?
What if that's why AJ was crying?
Yeah. How has no one photoshopped AJ holding a baby blanket out for Lita, like in that little shot? Get on it, people, guys. Don't let me down. All right, so okay, so. All right, guys. Well, that's all the action this week, but we do have the figure this segment. So I thought so usually it was question marks on the little rundown sheet, but because I saved these clips like a month ago. So but it was figure what was it? No, it was Comic-Con this week. Comic-Con this week. So I just thought, like, did you see anything cool, Mike, that you want to waste your money on?
Waste my money on. I mean, don't twist my arm. I absolutely want that Jade.
Oh yeah. She looks so good.
Yeah. She looks fierce. That jacket looks fierce. Did you see the detail on it? Like they had the prototype at the convention.
It looks really nice.
I was like,
definitely getting that.
Yeah, definitely getting her. I do not have a Kairi Sane, so I do want that Kairi Sane.
Oh yeah.
I think she was announced prior to this already.
Yes, but we saw her like I think they showed the prototype, right?
Yeah, they've shown the prototype. Yeah. I think they've shown it before, but they showed like a different prototype this time around. Yeah. I don't have her firstly, and then I've looked on eBay, and they're all going for like $100, and I'm like, I'll just buy
absolutely not.
I'll just buy the new one. Yeah. What else? Well, I mean, you really liked. Who'd you really like? I don't want to put you on blast.
No. You're right.
Publicly, who you liked?
Who did I like? Hold on, I texted you.
You said a certain friend of Trish you liked.
Oh, the Lita?
No. I forgot about it. Well, Zoe. Zoe.
Yeah, the Zoe. And actually, I'm not like a crazy Zoe fan.
He's not.
But I was. But I also I did like the video of her like being emotional about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's very cute. And I will say this, she tries. So I like that.
I feel like if Trish worked with her, she's got the Trish rub. So I'm like, I want her to do well.
Same.
But
I really do.
I don't love the MMA ladies. I really don't connect with them because it's like WWE has like magical realism, supernatural stuff, and then it's like if you put the title on a legit shoot fighter and it just like it doesn't work. I agree. It's always a dead end. But I like what they're doing currently. I know we're not talking about
I do too. I almost edited a video of the Home Depot commercial song with them coming out. But I was like, this might be cancelable. So
yeah, don't do that.
I'm not gonna do that, but with a little chuckle of myself. So but anyway, but I do like Zoe's figure, and I do like that it's like a cloth jacket. I always prefer that to the rubber shit. It's cute, and I like that it's two-toned. It's a great figure, and I'm happy for her. I do love the Monday Night Wars Lita that's coming out, which we saw before this, but saw a picture. I was able to get a pre-order, and I'm so happy.
Me too. Yes. It was a Walmart. It was a Walmart girl, and I had to get up early. Yeah.
Oh that's right. It was like fucking early for you.
Well, early for me. I wake up at noon if I can. On a good day, I work.
It was like wasn't it like 7 a.m. Pacific?
It was 7 a.m. our time, but
that's early.
Thank you.
That's early.
Thank you for recognizing my struggle.
Yeah, listen, I'm not kidding. I had the date wrong in my head, and I thought it was a Saturday. I was like, I'm not gonna get this, because that's like 10 o'clock my time. But I was like, but for me, that's early on a weekend. So because I'm also a late sleeper when I can, and but I happen to be working, so I was like, oh, let me just see, and I was like, so
I mean, shockingly, nobody was like, I feel like we're a very small group of niche gay women's wrestling figure collectors. So it's like I wasn't expecting it to be sold out, but I definitely set the alarm. I was like,
See, like I was like outraged. There were like more like legend women, but I was like, you know what? Who's buying these? Me. Like, I was like, but I would like at least one. So we got Lita. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I do want. I mean, I still want a Jazz. I still want an Ivory. I still want a Jacqueline, a new Jacqueline.
Oh,
you know.
I have very high hopes though for a Jazz because
I
now
think
that
so
she
too.
did Access,
Yeah.
I think we're on the right track. I think Hall of Fame's coming soon.
Yeah.
I think we'll see her, and I think we'll see whenever Victoria is inducted. I think we'll see her. Ivory and Jacqueline, I really want, but I know their Jax figures both did not sell.
Yeah.
So if we get them, it'll be like some weird online bullshit thing. But I'm fine with that. I want like an RTC Ivory or something.
Yes. Oh, it'd be so much fun. Yeah.
So I don't know. But
the other the one last figure I loved was the Timeless Tony Storm
really
monochromatic.
good. Yeah,
I also pre-ordered that. I was like, I only have a Jade and a Britt Baker 2-pack because it came with the TBS
Jade, right?
And AEW Women's Championship. So I was like, I don't watch AEW, but I was like, that feels really special, and I also really wanted the Jade, and I wanted those titles specifically. So I have that, but then I was like, that Timeless. I was like, if they don't make a monochromatic Tony Storm figure, like they're
missing out.
Dumb. And
I
they
love
did it.
The lip is red too.
Yes.
Like it's so perfect.
The packaging looks right. It's really like it checks a lot of boxes that I'm like, Mattel, up your game with the boxes.
For real.
I keep these boxes. I keep most of them in boxes, and I'm like, these boxes are so ugly. But it's just like
sucks too, especially like with the classic women too. Like they are always in like the pay-per-view lines where like you can build someone. I'm like, I don't want this headless torso
next to Lita. Lita's coming with a pair of legs. China's WrestleMania X7 had that
with a puppet.
Oh God, scary! Like, stop doing this. Like, we hate this. Like,
I don't want to build like a Hellbilly Jim or like whoever. Like,
I will pay extra for you to give me a nicer looking box that does not have a fucking head that for some man I'm not building.
I'm not making them. I'm not doing it.
If you release Ivory as a Build-A-Figure, though, I will buy all those Hulk Hogans. Okay,
absolutely. I will buy anyone I need to get to get some women legends. Give us them.
That's how we'll get them.
All right. Well, Mike, where can people find you on social?
I'm at Michael Ryan P on, I think, everything. Definitely Instagram and Twitter. I'm dead naming that bitch. I don't care. You can also find my editing work at MikePattersonEdits.com. And like Jake said at the beginning, I'm about to have a baby, so I probably will not be posting unless it's like little baby stuff. So yeah.
Are you guys gonna like share your baby on social?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some people are so like.
You know, we haven't actually talked about it. I think we will, but I do know people. I know, like, I have friends that are sensitive about that. Like, I had to remove a post once, and I was like, okay, totally get it. I don't know. It was also like, well, let's wrap this up in the weekend chat. But
you guys can follow me at Jacob on Instagram and Twitter. And if you are going to Folsom, be sure to check out the Full Queer Show. My company's going to be sponsoring it. I'm really excited. We have some fun surprises. I will be calling you from it. And if something I really want to happen happens. So, but yeah, we also have some other stuff coming up with work. If you're going to Market Days, check out what's the name of this party? Dream? I don't know. It's some circuit gay thing. I don't know.
I'm a dad.
Be sure to follow our show, GoldenEye_pod on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And be sure to leave us a review, like, share, and subscribe. 5 stars is the best. Helps us move up in those power rankings. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. It has been such a pleasure to have you back here.
Thanks for having me. Wait, we gotta shout out our good friend Antonio.
Guys, stream Antonio Lorenzo's music. He's got, I think he has 2 singles out right now, right?
He's got 2 singles out, and he's about to release his sexy song called Berlin, which is very diva era.
Is this okay? Because
Texas chili all over your butthole to his song.
I could have sworn it was him. My service was not great last night.
His album cover, right?
But is this the album cover? Hold on.
Yeah, his butt.
Yeah. Well, every time I opened my Instagram last night because my service wasn't refreshing, it was just this. Like, and I'm like, there's like children at this Imagine Dragons fucking concert, and I'm like, and I knew it was him immediately too.
Right.
Like,
of course.
The best part. Like, I was like, well, this is Antonio.
Yeah.
So
good for Antonio.
It is really fierce. Good for him. This is a great shoot. Aw, little hoe.
Yeah. We love you. Sorry you had to wait till the end of the episode.
Yeah, sorry. He's like, these fucking bitches. Like,
yeah.
All right. Okay, well, we love you. Thank you guys for listening. And Jesus, Matt, since Joey's not here. All right, love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.